When I was little, I wanted to be black. Specifically, I yearned to be my older cousin Louise, who was half black, half Korean and, to me, a complete badass even before I knew what the word meant. While I was a cautious kid who observed people at length before interacting with him, Louise walked into every room as if expecting something cool to happen. I admired how she skated around her neighborhood, collecting friends while singing pop songs. Whenever she visited my family's apartment in Koreatown, it felt as if a celebrity had arrived. News of her presence spread quickly among my friends and the energy in the room spiked as we competed for her attention. By the time the riots broke out on April 29, 1992, my family had long moved away from K-Town, to a Los Angeles suburb 30 miles south. 30 years later, it's disconcerting to think about the events leading up to the riots, because they could just as easily happen today. A largely white jury acquitted of assault 4 police officers, 3 of them white, who had brutalized Rodney King, an unarmed black motorist who had led Pollock. A nearby resident had video recorded the savage beating in March 1991 of King, huddled on the ground as he was attacked. Yet, a year later, the officers walked free. Hours after the verdict, violence erupted throughout LA and Koreatown. Angry crowds destroyed businesses, breaking into stores and setting them on fire. Law enforcement did little to quell the pandemonium, so desperate Korean shopkeepers stood on rooftops with guns pointed at the mob below. Tension between Korean and black residents had already been smoldering because, 2 weeks after King was beaten, Latasha Harlins, a black teenager, had been killed over a bottle of orange juice she had slipped in her backpack. The store owner received probation and a fine. The civil unrest across the city was wrenching for a family like mine, made up of both Korean and black members.